G'day ladies and gents, welcome to War Thunder with Mags. I hope everybody's having a good holidays, on the start of the holiday break. I took a little bit of time to step away from War Thunder a bit and play a little bit of DayZ to find out what the standalone was all about, and to give patch 1.37 a little bit of time to settle, a little bit of time for Gaijin to get all the bugs under control. Now, this was one of my first matches of the day. Obviously an arcade battle, domination, 3 runways. Now, this was one of the first battles, and I checked all the aircraft afterwards, that it seems the Matchmaker is doing it right. I have been up-tiered heavily here, but it is exactly a single tier up, exactly, or a single battle rating up, exactly as the Matchmaker is intended to work. So this is basically a battle of what we're going to be getting used to with the new Matchmaker. So I've made my first kill, and the mod 22 absolutely self-destructs me. For anyone thinking of getting the Typhoon, don't worry about what you've just seen. This was the first time I've ever seen a Typhoon explode like that under mod 22 guns, so this is not common. Now at this stage in the battle I haven't actually realised I've been up-tiered. If I had been paying attention I would have seen P51Ds on my own team at the start of the match. At the moment my maximum battle rating is 4.7. No aircraft in this match were above battle rating 5.7, so it is exactly a tier up. But that does mean I was facing A6M5s, I was facing LA7s. I don't realise it till about halfway through this match. Now at the moment I'm just hunting down the first aircraft that are in my side of the map, closest to the spawn point runway for my team. I'm looking for the targets that are most likely to easily cap the runways and to try and support the middle runway as much as I can. Boo fighters are a primary target in this. They have the ability to absorb a lot of damage, so if they can get themselves on the ground, they can cap out a runway and take enough hits to, at the very least, decap or a cap an uncapped runway before you can kill them. They really need to be priority targets. As you can see, I have been away for a couple of days. My accuracy with the guns is not as it usually is. LA5 on my tail, brake vertical, and then roll out. Try and put him in a position of low energy for the rest of my team, then continue on to next target. I still haven't tried the I-82 or whatever the new Russian aircraft is. I've unlocked it, I really need to give that thing a try. So a few KIs in the area, I clear back towards Swarm, or my Swarm, for a bit of cover so I can try and get some altitude back. I also unlocked, as you can see, the Princess Elizabeth paint scheme with the invasion stripes. Much better paint scheme than the old plane. So, back into the fight, get that King Cobra out of the way. I don't like 37mm cannons anywhere near me. Drop on the back of this Ryzen. I am taking hits. I am probably not going to survive this. I was hoping to take the Corsair out beforehand. This is the point where I realised I've been up-tiered. Taken out by an LA7. Now I've got a choice. I've been up-tiered. I'm fighting superior aircraft. At the moment, the enemy team has runway control. We're down on points, but both their runways have been decapped. So I decided the best thing to do for my team, being a lower level player in this match, is to go highly aggressive. Try and take down everything in the area of that center runway. I'm not particularly good at capping runways. I tend to lose too much speed or tend to overcorrect and take the prop out. Even now, I've never been particularly good at high speed caps. So rather than trying to cap the runways, I'll try and keep the airspace clear so somebody else can. Now that LA7 is a problem, but he just got eliminated. Now I'm tabbing in and out here. I'm actually looking to find out what their top players are. The reason for this is the way the new Matchmaker works. It's not just you can be tiered up one level. The Matchmaker is meant to take into account player skill and upgrades to aircraft. Now, the upgrades to aircraft, how it detects it and whether or not that's working is up in the air. Apparently it's not. The player skill check is meant to be in place, but how it measures skill is questionable at the moment. No information on exactly what the algorithm is for the Matchmaker to work out whether or not you're a good player. Is it your overall KDR? Your KDR in just that aircraft? Nobody knows. The reason why I'm tabbing in is to see whether or not the higher level players, the LA7 pilot and so on, are actually doing very well in this match at the moment. Because if the Matchmaker is working correctly, high skilled players will tend to be tiered up against lower skilled players that are flying higher performance aircraft. The easiest way to neutralize them if they are proving to be a problem is to take those shiny toys off them. If you take out their aircraft, they're forced to fly aircraft equivalent to your own once they run out of their higher tier stuff, and thus the performance gap in aircraft is neutralized and it comes down to the skill gap. At the moment, the LA7 pilot and the pilot with the A6M5s are basically rocking the match for the other team. So why I am trying to guard the runways and provide as much support for my team as I can to cap these runways out. I need to find those players and eliminate them as quickly as I can, at any cost. So that's another Ryzen eliminated. And there I go. The dude 411 was actually one of the better players on this team as well. I ended up adding him to, even though he was flying equivalent level aircraft, I added him to my primary targets list simply because of the amount of kills he was racking up. But of course that means at this stage I am 3 fighters down. I am onto my last two. I have the Spitfire 9 and the Spitfire 5B is all I have remaining. After that I'm down to the Bullfighter 21, which in this situation is not a particularly good aircraft, at least not for the way I fly. Why they are great at capping runways, as a pilot I'm not. Now AR2s are also good for exactly the same purpose. They can absorb a lot of damage and at least decap a runway. He needed to be eliminated. Okay, now on to fighters again. Tag the Typhoon. It's 420mm Hispanos out of the game. Now this Spitfire 9 is the Era 3 Spitfire 9, not the Era 4. I have a tendency at the moment not to fly the Era 4 one simply because I don't have the aircraft to build a line to support it at this stage. I'm in the process of grinding out the Tempests, although I do have one of them unlocked and have flown it. It was an amazing aircraft. I will be doing a review on that in the future. Now this Yak 3 was proving me all sorts of issues trying to hit. And pilot knocked out. A6M5 KO. Apparently he didn't like me taking his other A6M5 off him earlier on. So, the 5B. Last fighter. After this, I am down to the Bullfighter 21. I've managed to clear the runways out as much as I can with help from the team. We've got 2 runways and we're winning on points. So instead of going aggressive in, this time I'm just going to float at altitude above the runways, being this is my last pure fighter, and play support. Now the only aircraft I'm looking to kill here is the 3 top killers for their team if they come anywhere near the runways or near the area that I'm guarding, and anything that goes anywhere near the runways to decap them or attempt to take them off us. So you can see over there, gnome, German gnome. Now he was the one in the LA7s before. He's down to an LA5. He's got 3 aircraft on him and they are struggling to kill him. He is close enough to the runways that if they mess up, he may be able to decap one of them. So I was getting myself into a position to take him out. Begin the dive. But they finally managed to pop him, so immediately pull back for altitude. I'm not interested in chasing the enemy team to the other side of the map. All I need to do to win this match is make sure nothing comes here. There's a Spitfire that was looking like it wants to play. I'm just watching its position. It is going for the runways, but it has a massive swarm on it, so I'm not too concerned. The Ki-61, however, is more of an issue. It's coming in fast enough, the rest of the team was out of position, but he rammed. I'm not sure if he deliberately rammed one of our fighters when he saw he was going to get shot down, or whether or not one of our fighters rammed him. Either way, he's no longer a threat. Last target that could be a problem, Boo fighter screaming in for the runways. Zips past our 2 fighters, makes it through, move to intercept, but it's too little and move too late. There's the end of the match. So, despite being tiered to full battle rank above my best aircraft, I still managed to pull 11 kills with only 4 losses. I take the fighter award and the balancer award, 79,970 silver lions, 10,870 mod research points and 9,782 aircraft research points. On a premium account, on my first win of the day. Now, this did show me a couple of things. One, I don't know whether the Matchmaker is still fixed, but in the case of this battle and pretty much every battle I've had today, no aircraft were outside either above or below 1 battle rank of my highest aircraft or lowest aircraft in my line. This, they may have managed to fix it, and this is what we're going to be seeing in the future. This is how battles will be playing out. The second thing was they've obviously fixed the research point problems. Previous to this, I'd never managed to get more than 3,000 research points, and that was on a 16 kill win streak. So that has been increased. That was nearly 10,000 for this match. Obviously Gaijin has been playing with the numbers and doing some work, so I'll be coming back into War Thunder a little bit more often now. I think they've managed to get everything in order. Anyways, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed this battle. Click like if you do, subscribe if you want to see more. Fly smart, fly safe, and I'll catch you in the skies.